Listen to me. I don't care where you come from, what you've been through, or what they said about you. None of that matters unless you let it define you. The only thing that truly matters is what you believe about you. See, some of you walk around like you're powerless, like the world dictates your worth, like your past mistakes got you locked in chains. But I came here today to wake you up, to remind you that the greatest power you'll ever have is the power to believe in yourself. Because when you believe in yourself, everything changes. Your mindset shifts, your actions follow. You start seeing doors where others see walls. You stop making excuses and start making moves. You stop waiting for permission and start taking what's yours. I need you to feel this, because some of you are playing small, doubting yourself, talking yourself out of greatness before you even try. But that stops today. From this moment forward, you're going to believe so hard, so deep, so relentlessly in you that nothing and no one can shake it. Because if you don't believe in you, who will? Everything you will ever accomplish starts with a thought. The way you think about yourself shapes the way you move, the way you talk, the way you act, and ultimately the way the world responds to you. If you see yourself as weak, you will act weak. If you see yourself as strong, you will carry yourself with power. If you believe deep down that you are destined for greatness, you will start making decisions that align with that vision. But here's the problem. Too many people are living their lives based on someone else's script. Somebody told you that you weren't smart enough and you believed it. Somebody told you that you weren't talented enough and you accepted it as truth. Somebody made you feel like you weren't worthy, and now you walk around with your head down, doubting yourself. That has to stop today. I need you to understand this. Belief is not just some fluffy, feel-good idea. It is the foundation of success. Every great leader, every successful entrepreneur, every champion in sports or business, before they achieved anything, they believed they could. Muhammad Ali didn't wait until he won the title to start calling himself the greatest. He believed it first. Oprah didn't wait for the world to validate her. She believed in herself, even when others doubted her. See, when you believe in yourself, you start seeing opportunities where others see obstacles. You start looking at challenges as stepping stones instead of roadblocks. You stop waiting for permission and start taking action. You don't back down at the first sign of resistance because you know deep in your soul that you are built for this. But listen, belief alone isn't enough. It's not magic. You can't just sit around wishing and hoping. Your belief has to show up in your actions, because if you truly believe in yourself, you will work like it. You will sacrifice like it. You will put in the hours, the effort, the sweat, and the tears to turn that belief into reality. Belief is power. But here's the thing. No one can give it to you. No one can believe for you. You have to make the decision to believe in yourself, even when it's hard, even when you fail, even when the world says you can't. Because the truth is, the moment you decide to believe, you activate a force inside of you that can move mountains. Everything you will ever accomplish starts with a thought. The way you think about yourself shapes the way you move, the way you talk, the way you act, and ultimately the way the world responds to you. If you see yourself as weak, you will act weak. If you see yourself as strong, you will carry yourself with power. If you believe deep down that you are destined for greatness, you will start making decisions that align with that vision. But here's the problem. Too many people are living their lives based on someone else's script. Somebody told you that you weren't smart enough and you believed it. Somebody told you that you weren't talented enough and you accepted it as truth. Somebody made you feel like you weren't worthy, and now you walk around with your head down, doubting yourself. That has to stop today. I need you to understand this. Belief is not just some fluffy, feel-good idea. It is the foundation of success. Every great leader, every successful entrepreneur, every champion in sports or business, before they achieved anything, they believed they could. Muhammad Ali didn't wait until he won the title and start calling himself the greatest. He believed it first. Oprah didn't wait for the world to validate her. She believed in herself even when others doubted her. See, when you believe in yourself, you start seeing opportunities where others see obstacles. You start looking at challenges as stepping stones instead of roadblocks. You stop waiting for permission and start taking action. You don't back down at the first sign of resistance because you know deep in your soul that you are built for this. But listen, belief alone isn't enough. It's not magic. You can't just sit around wishing and hoping. Your belief has to show up in your actions. Because if you truly believe in yourself, you will work like it. You will sacrifice like it. You will put in the hours, the effort, the sweat, and the tears to turn that belief into reality. Belief is power. But here's the thing. No one can give it to you. No one can believe for you. You have to make the decision to believe in yourself, even when it's hard, even when you fail, even when the world says you can't. Because the truth is, the moment you decide to believe, you activate a force inside of you that can move mountains. There will be moments when self-doubt creeps in. It's natural. You will hear voices in your head telling you that you're not good enough, that you don't have what it takes. But you have to fight back with belief. You have to drown out the negativity with relentless self-confidence. Every time you push through self-doubt, you strengthen your belief. Every time you prove to yourself that you are capable, you build momentum. The more you reinforce your belief through action, the stronger it becomes. It all starts in your mind. The thoughts you feed yourself daily will determine the life you create. If you tell yourself you are unstoppable, you will act like it. If you convince yourself that you are worthy of success, you will chase it with everything you've got. The way you see yourself will either limit you or set you free. Most people think their biggest challenges are external. The lack of opportunities, the critics, the circumstances they were born into. But the truth is, the biggest battle you will ever fight is the one within. The way you think, the way you talk to yourself, the way you respond to setbacks. These are the things that determine whether you succeed or stay stuck. You can either be your biggest obstacle, constantly holding yourself back with doubt and fear, or you can be your greatest asset, pushing yourself forward with confidence and determination. Too many people sabotage themselves before they even begin. They dream big, but talk themselves out of it. They let fear of failure stop them from taking the first step. They compare themselves to others, convincing themselves they're not good enough. Instead of becoming their own biggest cheerleader, they become their own worst enemy. They wait for perfect conditions, for someone to validate them, for the fear to disappear, but waiting is a trap. The more you hesitate, the more you reinforce the belief that you are not ready, not capable, not enough. You have to make a decision about how you will see yourself. You have to stop looking at your weaknesses and start focusing on your strengths. You have to stop feeding your mind with doubt and start feeding it with confidence. The way you think about yourself directly impacts the way you move through the world. If you see yourself as powerless, you will act powerless. If you see yourself as strong, you will take control of your life. If you believe you are worthy of success, you will chase it relentlessly. Look at the people who have achieved greatness. They weren't born special. They weren't given a magic formula. They made a choice to be their own greatest asset. They bet on themselves when no one else would. They silenced the voice of doubt and replaced it with belief. They faced failure, rejection, and struggle, but instead of letting those things break them, they used them to build resilience. The way you respond to challenges determines everything. Some people see obstacles and stop. Others see obstacles and find a way through. Some people let failure define them. Others use failure as a lesson and come back stronger. Some people spend their lives blaming their circumstances. Others take full responsibility for their future. The difference is not talent, not luck, not background, it's mindset. The people who win in life are the ones who refuse to be their own biggest obstacle. You have everything you need inside of you. But when it's up to you, no one is coming to save you. Going to hand you confidence. discipline, or belief. You have to create it. You have to train your mind the same way an athlete trains their body. Every day you have to choose whether you lift yourself up or yourself down. You can be the reason you succeed, or you can be the reason you fail. Confidence is not something you are born with. It is something you build. Too many people wait for confidence before they take action, but that's not how it works. Confidence does not come from standing still, from thinking about what you want to do, or from telling yourself you have everything you need inside of you, but it's up to you to use it. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you confidence, discipline, or belief. You have to create it. You have to train your mind the same way an athlete trains their body. Every day you have to choose whether you will lift yourself up or tear yourself down. You can be the reason you succeed, or you can be the reason you fail. Confidence is not something you're born with. It is something you build. Too many people wait for confidence before they take action, but that's not how it works. Confidence does not come from standing still, from thinking about what you want to do, or from telling yourself you heed more. You act. The more you learn, and the more you learn, the more confident you become. Think about a time when you were afraid to do something, maybe speaking in front of a crowd, trying a new skill, or stepping into a leadership role. At first, it felt uncomfortable. You doubted yourself. But once you did it, you realized it wasn't as bad as you imagined. Even if you weren't perfect, you got through it. And the next time, it felt a little easier. That is how confidence works. It is built through experience, through repetition, through proving to yourself that you can handle whatever comes your way. Some people believe that confidence is just about saying the right things, appearing strong, or pretending to have it all together. But real confidence cannot be faked. It is not about empty words or surface level bravado. It comes from knowing deep down that you have put in the work, that you have faced challenges and overcome them. It comes from the proof you give yourself through action. The more you take action, the more you break the cycle of self-doubt. Every time you step outside your comfort zone, you rewire your mind to believe in yourself. You teach yourself that fear does not control you, that failure is not the end, that mistakes are simply part of the process. Confidence is not about never feeling fear. It is about acting despite the fear. The more you do this, the stronger your confidence becomes. No one starts out confident. Every successful person, every expert, every leader you admire was once a beginner. They were once uncertain, inexperienced, and afraid. The difference is that they did not let that stop them. They acted, they failed, they learned, and with every step, their confidence grew. That same growth is available to you, but you have to be willing to take the first step. Confidence is earned, not given, and the only way to earn it is through action. Wow. You said fear is not real. It feels real, it seems real, but it is nothing more than a story your mind creates to keep you from stepping into the unknown. Fear is your brain's way of protecting you, but most of the time it is protecting you from things that are not even dangerous. It stops you from taking risks, from speaking up, from chasing your dreams, not because you are in actual danger, but because it convinces you that failure, rejection, or discomfort is something to be avoided. But the truth is, fear is an illusion. It only has power if you believe in it. Most of the things you fear never even happen. You play out worst-case scenarios in your head, convincing yourself that things will go wrong, that you will embarrass yourself, that you will fail. But when you finally take action, you realize that the fear was never real to begin with. You realize that the situation you were so afraid of was never as bad as you imagined. The only way to break through fear is to expose it for what it is. A trick, a mirage, a false barrier between you and your potential. Fear will tell you that you are not ready. It will whisper that you are not good enough. It will make you hesitate, second guess yourself, and shrink back from opportunities. But here's what you need to understand. Fear is not the truth. It is a test. It is there to see if you will listen to it or if you will push past it. The only way to defeat fear is to replace it with belief. Belief in yourself. Belief in your ability to figure things out. Belief that you are capable of more than you think. Belief is the antidote to fear because belief changes the way you see yourself. When you believe in yourself, fear loses its grip. It does not disappear completely, but it no longer controls your actions. You feel the fear, but you move forward anyway. You stop letting fear dictate your decisions, and instead, you trust yourself to handle whatever comes your way. Every successful person has felt fear, but they refused to let it stop them. They did not wait for fear to go away before they took action. They moved forward with belief, knowing that fear only has power when you feed it. The more you believe in yourself, the weaker fear becomes. The more you take action, the more you prove to yourself that fear was never real in the first place. You have a choice in every moment. You can listen to fear or you can listen to belief. One will keep you stuck, the other will set you free. Fear is loud, but belief is stronger. Fear will try to convince you that you cannot, but belief will remind you that you can. The moment you decide to trust yourself more than you trust your fears, everything changes. Doubt is one of the biggest enemies of success. It comes from the outside. People telling you that you can't do it, that you're not good enough, that your dreams are too big. But the most dangerous doubt is not the one from others. It's the one inside your own mind. The voice that whispers, "What if I fail?" The voice that tells you you're not ready. The voice that reminds you of every past mistake, every insecurity, every reason you should stay where you are. That voice, more than anything else, is what holds people back. You can't let it. The world will always have doubters. There will always be people who can't see your vision, who think you're aiming too high, who try to project their own fears onto you. But their words only have power if you believe them. If you let their doubt become your doubt, if you let their small thinking shrink your dreams. That is why you have to tune them out. You have to refuse to let their opinions shape your reality. But even more than that, you have to silence the doubter inside you. The one that wakes up with you in the morning and reminds you of everything you're afraid of. The one that tries to talk you out of opportunities before you even try. That inner voice is relentless. It will bring up every insecurity you have, every failure you've experienced, every reason you should give up. And if you listen to it, if you entertain it, it will stop you before you even start. The only way to defeat that voice is to talk back louder, to drown out doubt with belief. Every time that inner voice tells you you can't, you have to respond, "Watch me." Every time it tries to remind you of a failure, you have to remind yourself of how far you've come. You have to replace every doubt with the reason why you will succeed. This is not about ignoring reality. It is not about pretending challenges don't exist. It is about understanding that doubt is just fear in disguise. And fear is a liar. It will make you believe things that are not true. It will convince you that you are not capable when you absolutely are. It will try to keep you in your comfort zone because it does not want you to grow. You are not here to stay comfortable. You are here to win. You are here to grow. You are here to prove to yourself and the world that you are more than capable. That inner voice of doubt does not define you unless you let it. You have to take control of the conversation in your mind. You have to make belief your dominant voice. You have to decide that no matter what, you will trust yourself more than you trust your fears. The moment you silence the doubters, especially the one inside you, you unlock your true potential. Success is not something that happens by accident. It does not start when you achieve a goal, when you make money, when people recognize your efforts. Success begins long before that. It starts in your mind. The way you think, the way you see yourself, the way you believe in your own potential, all of this determines whether or not you will ever succeed. Before anything happens in reality, it must first happen in your mind. Your mind is your greatest tool or your greatest limitation. If you believe you can achieve something, you will find a way. If you believe you are not capable, you will prove yourself right. The thoughts you entertain shape the actions you take. People who believe in their success take risks. They work harder. They stay committed even when things get tough. People who doubt themselves hesitate, make excuses, and never give themselves a real chance to win. Every great achievement started with a thought. Every successful person once had nothing but a vision in their mind. They saw themselves winning before they ever did. They believed in the result before they had proof. They conditioned their mind for success before it became a reality. This is why mindset is everything. You can have all the skills, all the opportunities, all the resources, but if your mind is not in the right place, you will sabotage yourself before you even begin. Many people fail because they never truly believe they can succeed. They hope, they wish, they try, but deep down, they carry doubt. They question whether they are good enough, smart enough, talented enough. That doubt creates hesitation, and hesitation leads to failure. The ones who succeed are not necessarily the most talented or the luckiest. They are the ones who refuse to doubt themselves. They convince their minds that success is inevitable, and because they believe it so strongly, they take the kind of action that makes it happen. Our mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant in it will grow. If you plant doubt, fear, and negativity, you will produce $. If you plant confidence, belief, and determination, you will produce success. This is why it is so important to guard your thoughts. Every day, you must feed your mind with belief. You must tell yourself you are capable, worthy, and unstoppable. You must train your mind to see possibilities instead of limitations. The people who achieve their dreams do not wait for success to show up. They create it first in their minds. They visualize it. They feel it. They believe it so deeply that reality has no choice but to catch up. They understand that success is not just about what they do. It is about who they become. And it all starts in the mind. The way you think determines the way you live. If you want to change your reality, you must first change the way you think. Well, he said, the people you surround yourself with have a powerful influence on your mindset, your confidence, and your ability to succeed, whether you realize it or not. Their words, energy, and beliefs shape the way you see yourself and the world. If you are constantly around people who doubt you, who bring negativity, who do not believe in your vision, it becomes much harder to believe in yourself. But when you surround yourself with people who reinforce your belief, who push you, who see your potential even when you don't, you become unstoppable. Every successful person understands the importance of their environment. They do not allow toxic people to stay in their circle. They do not waste energy proving themselves to doubters. Instead, they seek out people who uplift, challenge, and inspire them. They choose relationships that fuel their growth instead of draining. The truth is, you become like the people you spend the most time with. If you are surrounded by people with small minds, you will start to think small. If you spend time with people who make excuses, you will start making excuses. But if you surround yourself with people who believe in possibilities, who push themselves, who are committed to success, you will rise to their level. Many people struggle with self-doubt because they are constantly around negative influences. They share their dreams with people who tear them down. They allow others' insecurities to plant seeds of doubt in their own minds. But the problem is not just the external voices, it is that they keep listening. You do not have to keep company with people who do not support your growth. You have the power to choose your circle, to create an environment that strengthens your belief instead of weakening it. When you are surrounded by the right people, everything changes. They remind you of your potential when you forget it. They push you to keep going when you want to quit. They do not let you settle for less than you are capable of. These are the people who encourage you to take risks, who celebrate your wins, who hold you accountable to your goals. They are not threatened by your success. They want to see you win. And just as they pour belief into you, you do the same for them. The journey to success is not meant to be walked alone. There will be moments of doubt, moments of struggle, moments when you question everything. Having the right people in your corner makes all the difference. They remind you why you started. They remind you of who you are. They remind you that you are capable, strong, and worthy of everything you are working for. That kind of support is priceless. If you want to go far, if you want to stay strong in your belief, if you want to reach your full potential, then you must be intentional about who you allow in your life. Surround yourself with those who believe in you, and your belief will only grow stronger.